Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the reading guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. Questions, comments, readings, whatever. That's how to get in touch with me. Obviously, today I have Anthony, Mr. Murals, Williams, the fantastic artist, local artist, beautifying Manchester. Take it away, Anthony.
Doing our best. Deb and I just finished a mural dealing with African theme at 385 Union Street. It went from the rear of the building to the alley side. Now we're doing the 10 foot of the alley side in the front, all the way around the front, altogether about 34 feet of mural. And we're going to be starting it, if not this week, by next week, and hopefully we'll get it done before the snow flies. But it's been fun doing them, and we have a lot of support and people around the neighborhood. They haven't ruined them yet, so that's a good that's a good sign. Oh, it really is. When you do public art, you want it to last. You want everybody to enjoy it. Yeah.
Now, do people come by and give you food and water and coffee?
Not this time, but I've run into a couple times where people would do that. They just love what you're doing, you know. It helps the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the fact what gets me is that none of them have been destroyed. Not like 10 years ago where every time someone would do a mural, someone would come behind them with a spray can and ruin it.
Right.
So...
Right, and what, graffiti at Ms. 13, which always blows me away. They always say how tough they are. And what's the name of their group? Ms. 13. Right.
We've got two little girls. One is named Deborah, and the other one is Evelyn. Little black girls, and they live in the building.
Yeah.
And they went, and Deb put them to work.
Oh, really?
Gave them brushes and told them an area to color in, and it worked out fine, so they got to sign their names to it.
Cool.
So,
wow.
It's a proving thing that when you, like these kids that walk down the alleys and stuff, that when we're doing the mural, if you give these kids a chance, at first they just look at you, but they have to have their parents' permission to be able to even, you know, converse in today's world, because you never know who our little kids are talking to.
That's true.
But I'll tell you what, they really enjoy it, and they've already said they're going to protect it. So
good.
I just hope we have enough time to finish the first one, and that'll be it for this year.
Right, you'll finish it, but I just want to, do my usual, my famous quote and my little trivia thing. But before I even read the quote, I have a confession to make. I got the famous quote, and I forgot to write down the author. So, whoever, it's a female. I know it's a female. But maybe someone out there will know it. It's always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. So, I think that's a good point, Anthony. Because everybody, change this, change that, change this. No, this is me, right? I'm unique. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Anthony.
Energy lady.
Energy lady.
Yeah.
The energy lady.
Hey, I got some artwork today.
You got what?
Some artwork.
You got your artwork?
Yeah, paintings, 2 of them.
Oh, I'll have to see them after.
If you're good.
Ooh.
Hey, give me a reading.
I can give you a reading. Today, I'm going to switch it up. What I'm going to do is, 2 cards. All right, so the first card will sort of, shall we say, the area that you might want to look at. And the second card will be sort of how to resolve, the area, or how to improve, whatever you want to call it. But we'll just see how it goes, all right? So.
Okie dokie.
Oh. Well, so the first card is the Knight of Pentacles. Of course, any knight is charged with energy. There's lots of energy here. Plus, he's on a horse. All right? And Pentacles is work. Could be any kind of work. He's on a horse. All right? A horse is action. And of course, look at all the red down here for the earth, the ground, whatever. Okay? That, to me, that's nice. It's bold. It's strength. It's the strength within. And being on the horse, it's sort of like where we can go with this strength. So you have all this sort of, shall we say, we know you have all this internal energy, lots of internal energy, all right? Perhaps, and it's plenty. There's more than enough to go around. So let's go with that. And as you can see, over here, there's a few trees way off in the distance. So there's the travel that you can do before we sort of take a little rest, taking a deep breath. All right, so keep that in mind. And so here it is. So now we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is more work. So, right, and as you can see, there's the person on the bench, and he's really into doing what he's doing. So when you take the first card that I said about, having the action and having all this extra energy, that more than enough energy, so we can expand it to others and let others absorb the fortune that you have. All right, so what you do is we sort of, when we get to, like I said, that place, where the trees, where you get to take the break, then you sort of going to have to, who in your circle could most benefit from the comfort and the strength and the warmth that you have to give to them to enjoy. So there you have it. That's what's on your agenda, so keep that in mind.
And guess what?
What?
Remember you said you saw someone with ears, you didn't know if it was a mouse or not?
Yeah.
It was a toad. And Frank put the toad outside and stuff, and what happens is, a couple of days later, the toad comes back in. We had to put it out again.
Well, stop feeding them.
I didn't feed him nothing.
Well, you let him watch TV.
Up and everything.
Well,
I said, you better put him outside.
How's he getting in the house? Somebody's letting him in.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's too funny.
Well, don't
But you
kill
said
him.
there was a little something that's going to be downstairs, and it was.
Well, don't kill him.
See, no, don't kill it.
No, I never kill anything.
That's me. Even ants, I see an ant in the house, I pick it up with a tissue and put it outside. I'm not kidding
Oh,
you.
I didn't know. I thought you blew your nose.
No, he eats them.
The only thing I'll kill, I confess, if I see a cockroach.
Yeah.
The holy
Anyhow,
cockroach.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'll be looking forward to seeing your paintings on the TV. I'm going to let you two go. God bless, and talk to you later. Thank
All
you
right.
again,
And
Dave.
you're very
Bye-bye.
welcome. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Bye. All right, so up, done up. Margaret Margaret Mead wrote it. So I'll repeat it once again because now we know the author. Always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. None other than Margaret Mead. Thank you. In the back room.
Is that Kyle?
Kyle, yeah. Thank you. All right. So next, I have a little bit of trivia for you all because to me, it tweaked my interest. It whatever jumped out at me. So I said, "Oh, this is interesting for today." So the little bit of trivia will be in a second. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Yes, good afternoon to you both.
Good
Hold on
afternoon.
1 second, please.
Sure.
Okay. I just saw on the net today, it says, crossing the border illegally into Canada is $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
Crossing the border into Iran is 8 years in prison.
Yeah.
Crossing the border in North Korea, you're shot dead. Okay. Now, crossing illegally in the United States, you get driver's license, medical insurance, clothing, food, housing, welfare, free legal representation, education, and free college. So how's that for
Well,
comparing different countries?
Exactly. And they wonder why they're flocking up here. It's just like I said it before, and it's even more now with inflation. They hop over the fence, or they just cross the river on a Tuesday. They make it up here, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all high welfare states, right? They're getting, 2 days later, they get up here on a Thursday, $50,000 in benefits. Exactly.
It's so funny, all these cities that they want the illegals, like San Francisco, New York, and other places. So what happens? We send them down there, and they complain, they got to sue,
Right.
But anyway, let me give you a hypothetical situation. I'm not too sure if it could actually work. Okay. Now, this guy here will say he's having a hard time making things, ends meet.
Yeah.
So what he does, he goes to Venezuela, or he goes to Mexico, or he goes to Guatemala, and he becomes a citizen of that country.
Yeah.
So he comes back, he crosses the border in the United States, and he makes sure he gets caught, and he gets all the good benefits. So how's that?
Exactly. And you forgot to mention, too, that when they catch him at the border, the first thing they give him, cell phone.
I know.
Right.
Okay, one more thing is when I die, after I'm dead, I hope I don't vote Republic. I hope I don't vote Democrat, rather.
That's right. That's exactly right. I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Thanks. But he's right. I know. Everywhere else is fine. Here, and again, it really puzzles me. I can't connect the dots. These politicians, right, they love rewarding bad behavior. I don't get it. Everywhere else you get penalized, you pay a fine, you go to jail. Here, they reward it. You get perks. Look at, where is it? San Francisco. If you get caught shoplifting less than $1,000, they let you go. I mean, I'm thinking, because I need winter clothes, right? Think of this. I need winter clothes. I was thinking of going to San Francisco for like 3 or 4 days, right? Book a flight, right? I could stay in a cheap hotel. I don't need fancy, right? So what's that going to cost me? We'll say $1,000, $1,200 for a 3-day trip or whatever, right? Airfare, cheap hotel. But I can go out there for 3 days and steal $900 worth of winter clothes, and they're going to let me go. Right? And then I come back with nice new winter clothes.
That's an incentive to keep stealing, because then you're gonna keep doing it until you don't get caught. To me, that's
But even
what it reads to me.
Right, but even if I got caught, it's less than $1,000. Off you go. Plus,
That's what I mean. And then that person says, "Hey, I'll try this again sometime."
Exactly. I know I'm being facetious, but
Well,
I know. All right, so now we have that famous, wonderful quote by Margaret Mead, because it is, everybody is unique and wonderful. All right, so the trivia today is, because personally, I thought it was kind of cool. It's about the Panama Canal. And I never knew this before. What's the length of the canal, Anthony?
I
Do
have
you know?
no idea.
All right, 51 miles long.
Wow.
Imagine. Do you know when it was completed?
I'd say 57.
Nope, August 15th, 1914. That's 108 years ago.
I'm way off.
Yep. And this really astonished me. How many people lost their lives building the canal? Unbelievable. Imagine 26,000 lives sacrificed building the
Suez
canal. No, Panama.
Oh, see, I
So-
got my canals mixed up.
I know. You're on the wrong side of the ocean.
Yeah.
We're talking, Panama,
Panama.
Central America, that little S country or whatever it is.
Hmm.
All right. And I never knew this either. You think because it goes from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean, right? It runs north and south. It runs north and south. Imagine, and are you ready? 51 miles, and it must be going really, really slow. It's a 6 to 7 hour journey to travel the canal. And lastly, for a yacht less than 65 feet long, are you ready? $1,600 to use the canal.
To be in the boat and use the
The
canal.
canal. That's less than 65 feet. But I was talking with somebody that took a cruise through there, and they said something like a cruise ship is paying like, I don't know, $20,000
Just to go through.
through it. Yeah, imagine. But anyway, so that was kind of interesting. So that's our trivia for today. Again, anybody you want a reading, a comment, a question, you just want to ask Anthony the latest in the art world in Manchester, 603-640-3091. Anthony, you wanted to show us what you brought with you today and give us a
Sure.
little rundown? I really like those.
These I'm trying to paint 50 butterflies. This you'll probably have to get a close-up of here.
I love
And
that.
there we go. That's an acrylic painting. And I put an oval mat on it. That's a lot of work, but it's fun doing it. I mean, butterflies and things like that with color are really mind-boggling. But I love doing it so much that even when I'm 80 and 90, if I'm still alive, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Hey, why not?
And here's a monarch. The last one there was a viceroy. Get our close-up of this one, too.
Look at that.
Here we go. There we go. Finally
Nice.
shows up. Yeah.
That
Now
was
that,
real nice.
that's different. That's a watercolor. So. And this
Whoa.
one's an acrylic. But see, you can treat.
And I can see him close up. Well, I can see now that you mention it, I could see a little difference. But
Yeah.
see, until you said it, I didn't have a clue. Yeah,
Well, you can treat
Nice.
acrylics like a watercolor. But see, I want
very nice.
I want to have a one-man show sometime where I have 50 butterflies from around the world, and that wouldn't even be painting half of them because there's so many. It's incredible.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Mr. Whoopi, how are
Yeah.
you? How are you? What's been happening?
Tell me how your adventures at Encore won last week.
Well, here's the story. You're not going to believe this. Because I brought a couple of crystals with me. Because from being a court reporter, I've known her for over 40 years. So personally, I lost $14, but she's a heavy gambler. So I brought crystals, and I took a crystal out. Here's the funniest thing. So she puts $200 in the machine. She's down to $30. So I pull out this crystal and I tell her this gets rid of all negative energy, right? So I gave it to her and I says, put it wherever you want in the machine, wherever it feels right to you. So she takes it and she holds it a few seconds and she puts it down. Well, she's playing and she's winning and she's winning and she's winning. She got up to over $700, and usually she would put it all back, right? She smartened up. She cashed out, right? 700 and something bucks. So she cashed in the voucher. She gave me $100.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. But get this. So then she's playing this other machine. I don't know how much money she puts in, but she loves to gamble. So she's playing this other slot machine, and it's got, if you got a certain thing, the wheel spins up top and whatever it lands on, you win, right? Well, out of the whole wheel, it had, I don't know, 2 or 3 spots for free games. And she was getting it a lot. So she says, I can't get the free games. So the next time I got the thing, she says, I'm going to get the wheel again. She says, I hope I get the free games. So I took another crystal out, and I held it up near the wheel, and it landed on free games. So
She had a good time, though.
yeah, oh, we had a lot of laughs, yeah. So, but she's a sweetheart. Her name is Camille. She lives down in Wakefield. But get this. This is how much she must gamble. Because it was Thursday, so, she has the card, the Encore card. So she says Thursdays they give out gifts. I want to see what I'm going to get today. She got a $50 Visa debit card. Imagine for that.
Oh.
And we got a $200 comp to one of the restaurants. So we ate in Fratelli's, which I have to admit was unbelievable. It was
Oh, you
real
ate
good.
nothing, right?
Yeah, and I ate like a king too. It was good. Yeah, so that was that. But yeah, I had fun. We stayed about, I don't know, 4 hours maybe. But it was good. It was fun.
That's long enough.
For me, it certainly is for me. You got that right. You got that right. Wow, you going down
Okay,
there?
give me a reading, quick.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. 2 cards. The first card will be sort of the area we focus on, and the second card will sort of be what to do with the first area. All right? So. All right. Well. So.
I think I've seen that before.
I know, imagine. So here we are. The first card is the 7 of rods. All right? So the rods is, here we are. As you can see it, we'll say that's you. That's the guy standing up with the rod, the staff, whatever you want to call it, all right? And all those other rods are staffs that are coming up, shall we say, from the ground. That sort of, I'm going to say, what's the word I'm looking for? Static going on with you, all right? But if you notice, so if you notice, they're really not getting a total control of you. They're just out there. They're just more, so shall we say, annoyances as opposed to these major obstacles that are going on with you. So keeping that in mind, and also, to me, green is nice. It's emotional to me. I like the color green. It's it's heartfelt. So again, they're just sort of these little annoyances, and so we'll focus on that. And you're on pretty much level ground. So keeping that in mind. So what to do with these little obstacles? And look at the card we have again. The Knight of Pentacles, like in the first reading for the energy lady. So what we do is to overcome all these little obstacles. And as you can see it's simple. There's the Knight of Pentacles there. Pentacles is work, all right? So, and you can see him again. He's on a horse. Horse means there's action, right? And you can see it in the distance. And again, in the case, keeping the first card in mind with the obstacles that are confronting you or that are sort of taking up some energy from you, right? Unnecessarily. All right? You're well protected. See him? He's got his armor on. So not to worry. All you have to do is get on that horse and just sort of focus on where that horse is taking you and by obstacles. So that there you have it.
Good.
All right? So,
Yeah.
keep it in mind, nothing major. So, not to fret. If anybody tells you, what do you think you're doing? You know, never mind what do I think I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
There you go. See, that's right. Good for you. All right. Excellent.
Don't
So,
forget, go out there and hug a tree.
that's right. Yeah, by the way, did you?
Yeah.
All right. I think.
Nice,
Go ahead.
two nice pear trees in my yard.
Oh, really? All right. Did any pears fall off when you gave
Oh,
the?
yeah.
All right.
What
Now,
happens, sometimes I'll pack them all up and go down and give them to the soup kitchen.
nice. Hey, now I forget what I read in the crystal ball because I sort of get, lost in it. So, anything come to fruition or make sense or anything?
Yeah, the M.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Well, I got a relative who he sold his house and everything down in Mass,
Uh huh.
and he moved to Florida, so he had a fly down. So
Yeah.
that was the flight he thought of.
Uh huh. See that?
That was the M.
Nice. The M for Mass. He screwed it out of there. I don't blame him.
Now he's down in Daytona right now.
Oh, they're getting walloped. I was watching, because I have Roku. I have a Roku. I don't have cable. But so, you can search channels, and I just did, news and weather, and you must get 1,000 of them throughout the country. So I got some Florida ones, and the one I just happened to hit was Daytona Beach. That's funny. But they're getting walloped with rain. I guess it wasn't so, the winds and stuff, but they had cameras throughout the state, like 3 or 4 cameras. Some of the places, wow. I wouldn't want to be there. I'd be shivering. I'd be crying. Ma.
I know. All right.
All right. So enjoy your week. Thanks for calling.
Okay, you too, Anthony. Nice,
Take care.
by the way, those are nice butterflies.
Thank you.
And hug that pear tree again. We'll see you. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You want a pair. That's why.
Hmm?
'Cause you want a pair.
Right. I know. Yeah.
So do
Exactly.
I,
Right.
'cause I remember how good they taste when you get them right off the
They
tree.
do. They do. When I was a kid, we had a pear tree,
Yeah.
and they were real good. So now you said you want to do a one-man show of 50 butterflies.
Yeah.
And
At one time point, yeah.
and now where was this in the 1 to 50 butterflies?
I don't know. I got to add them all up. I don't have. I may have close to 50 or 25. I mean, but I'm going to keep going.
So now, and like, what if somebody wants to buy these in the meantime before you get to 50? Would you sell them?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. I'd really like them. Maybe I'll buy them.
Okay.
Very nice.
I just I'm attracted to color. That's why I do what I do, because I love playing with the colors. Yeah, it's just like when you're doing a mural, except you're working 10 times bigger, and 10 times this and that, and I enjoy doing it. I feel I'm lucky at my age to still be called to do them, and I can't refuse.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when you really enjoy something that you're doing, like they say, it's not work, but it's like, when I do this stuff, to me, it's so fulfilling. You give somebody else comfort, you brighten up their day, shall we say? But in the meantime, to me, it comes back even more. It's just very gratifying, shall we? But I forgot. I have a list. I have some accomplishments. Everybody, so nobody can say I'm picking on Democrats. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, just 4. 4. I know there's a lot more, but good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Not too bad, and you?
Mary, quite contrary. I'm wonderful. What's been going on? You sound well today.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I went through Monday for testing the doctor, and I got to went through some more tests today and everything, and a few things come up, so.
Right. High blood pressure, Mary?
No, my blood pressure's good.
Oh, good.
Thank God for that.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's just my kidneys now.
Well, just give it a nice tap and tell it to smarten up.
I know, I sure could. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Anthony.
Yes.
Joan, did she call you? She said she called you and left you a message. What's going on with her?
Joan Skill?
No, Robinson.
Oh, Robertson. Jean Robertson.
Yeah, Jean, yeah.
Yeah, I called her. I left a message, so I'll have to call her back tonight.
Yeah.
Does she want to come on again?
No, she can't right now.
It's her health, right?
She can't. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that.
Yeah, she called me up and I told her, I said, we're all getting worried. I said, Anthony's been trying to get a hold of you. I've been sending messages, trying to get a hold of you. She was in the hospital and she had a heart attack.
Oh, boy. Not good.
It's done.
Yeah, I called, left messages, I emailed her, everything, and nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I told her that, but that was the time that she was in the hospital with a heart attack.
Wow.
So she's going to be a while before she comes on. She said, when you're ready, and Auntie and I, like to have you on everything. And I said, well, she says right now this year she won't be able to do it.
She won't be able to do it this year?
Wow.
Oh, boy.
No. She's just, she's got to take care of herself.
Oh, yeah, that comes first.
Oh, yeah. But she is making some Halloween houses while she's recovering and everything. So
yeah, she's got a lot of energy.
Give her a number out tomorrow.
Yeah.
People who want to buy some of her little houses that's out there.
Good.
That she makes.
Nice. Mary, tell us about your show tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow we have all the guys from Londonderry Speedway coming on tomorrow.
You think they'll bring our T-shirts?
And see, the day I could have made it, tomorrow.
I know, the guys are coming in. So there's going to be about 4 of them coming in tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, he said
Londonderry Speedway.
he was going to bring in the T-shirts tomorrow. So
Yeah, he's coming in. He sent me a message, and he will bring the T-shirts for all of us. We'll have them.
Good. David doesn't get one. He has to stand in the corner.
So what's it going to be tomorrow? The 4 guys from the Speedway, which I don't even know where the Speedway is, and I live in Londonderry. Right, and then...
You know where the airport is? It's right out in back of the airport.
I know where the airport is, yeah.
It's right out in back of the airport.
Wow.
By the Manchester airport.
I used to work there, and I never knew there was a Speedway there.
Yeah,
I know
that there for years. That was there. It was well known as the Manchester Motor Zone.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Now I know the planes speed on the runways.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah.
So what is there? 4 guys from there. Then there's you. There's Anthony, Jim, Mary. Wow, 8. 8.
It's going to be a full house. And plus his daughter comes out, Angela.
Wow, 9.
So what are we going to do with David's T-shirt?
Right.
Put it up for auction.
I know. Poor me.
I know. You can still come on if you want them. We'll fit you in somewhere.
Wow. Yeah, I could do a reading, or I could give them all readings on their next race.
There you go.
All right.
Right?
There you go.
I could give them all readings, tell them if they're going to, whatever. See? Just like, well,
I know, huh?
I know. Who was it? I think it was Jim asked me to give him the reading about the Patriots.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. So far, so good. I think I did good, 50-50.
50-50.
We'll see.
I
Yeah,
know, huh?
with Belichick.
Yeah,
But
then the quarterback is going to be out for a while. he got hurt, but it wasn't his fault. It was the other guy. You could literally see his leg wrap around his leg.
Wow.
And after he hurt him, he came off the field. The coach of the other team literally pat that guy on the back, saying, "Good job." I call that was not sportsmanship.
No, it wasn't.
Intentional to hurt somebody.
Yeah, I know. No, I didn't see the game. What did I do? See, I don't even forget what I did Sunday. I didn't work. It was the first Sunday I had off in quite a while. I'm working this weekend, Saturday, both nights. Poor me. Imagine, poor me.
Well, you were on YouTube. You were out in the woods looking for your T-shirt.
There you go. That's right. I know.
And then they pulled the camera to the left, and there's a car with a tree in front of it. Are you making a movie?
I know. Nobody's bought the rights yet, but I have hope.
There you go.
Right, Mary, want a reading? I'm doing 2 card readings today.
I love one.
All right, so again, the first card is sort of an area we'll focus on, and the second card will be, how to sort of work it out, whatever. All right?
Yes.
So let's see.
Wow.
Let's see what we come up with here.
All righty.
Wow, all right. I mean, we don't really need a second card with this one. Well, all right, look at this. Now, Mary, I love this. The first card, it's Major Arcana. It's the Lovers, all right?
Yeah.
And then this case, in your case, what I'm feeling with this, the Lovers, it's nice card. It's nice and harmonious. It's well balanced. It's smooth sailing. It's warmth, and it's intrigue, and it's just everything good that you can imagine in this sense. And it's connection, and it's sort of bold, and it's looking through, shall we say, when you're making some decisions, it's easy to see right through it, the right decision to make. All right, so that's where we're at. So that you really don't even need a second card because, but we got a second card just to undo. So there you have it. So everything is, like I said, it's nice, a nice even connection. You're on an even keel, smooth sailing, nice and comforting. So, don't be afraid to tell yourself that you can glide now, just for a little while, all right? And
that sounds good.
And the second card is the 9 of Pentacles, all right? So, Pentacles, again, is work, all right? Whatever kind of work. So in this sense, because this card is basically, it's emotions, because it's all that's going on within us, right? Feeling comfortable and confident and, all just earthy, crunchy, nice thing that we have. So in this sense, it's, if it's work, it's to keep those emotions flowing, those nice, smooth, optimistic emotions flowing, coming your way. Don't let your ego tell you that, don't go that way. Let me be in charge. Don't. And as you can see it, the 9 of Pentacles, and what did you see? This beautiful lady here, you could see, look at her gown. All right, there's flowers on there, the red flowers. To me, again, it's strength, it's bold. So you got all this strength all around you. It's yours for the taking, Mary, okay? And if you can see it, what does she have? She's holding her hand up, and she's got a little birdie in her hand, all right? And the bird, as you can see, in this sense, all right, the bird is your soul, or me, I'll say my spirit guides telling you, they're even reinforcing all this for you. So pay attention to your inner self, your gut, your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, you know?
Yeah.
The message, your ego will try and discount it. Don't let your ego take control right now. And you'll see, you're going to be very, very feeling great. You'll see. Even when all these tests come back, and I know what you said about your kidney, regardless, you'll see, Mary. Get that positive attitude, and it will help you immensely.
Yeah.
So I'm even feeling all the excitement there. So there you are. Take some of that excitement and harmony and run with it.
I will, that's for sure.
All right. So maybe again. Wow, I haven't been on in a while. You got too many people tomorrow. So hopefully maybe next Thursday. Because I don't think I have anything the next Thursday.
Well, David's taking you horseback riding, too.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Bring a horse in.
Yeah. And then, next Tuesday, down at the arena, Greta Van Fleet. Hard rock, progressive rock. They're out of Michigan.
Oh.
I guess I just read up on them because I'm going to be there. So they're from Michigan. It's three brothers, and then the drummer is something else. But it's one of their neighbors. I guess the neighbor she was a real nice neighbor, and her real name isn't really Greta, but it's Van Fleet. But it's similar to Greta. I forget what her real name was. But they asked her permission if they could use the name. And she said yeah. So I'll give my review next week. So there you have it.
There you go.
All right, and maybe I could give the review twice. I'll come visit on Thursday. All right.
Sure. Alrighty, guys. We'll get you later.
Right, that's
All right.
Cruising with Mary. Same station, same time slot,
Same
but
time.
tomorrow
Different
on
day.
Thursday. That's right. 4 guys from the Londonderry Speedway. Check them out. None other than, again, Mr. Mural, Anthony Williams.
Yep.
All right.
Anthony will be there with us.
Right, and
Jim will be there.
Jim
Mary.
and Mary. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
So,
Alrighty, we'll get you guys later.
okay,
All right,
thanks
Mary.
for calling, Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope she gets through all that stuff.
What?
All the tests and...
She will. I'm telling. It's right there. It's in the cards. You know, it goes a lot easier if you can maintain. I know it's difficult. You know, people get stressed.
Oh, they do?
Well, yeah, but in situations like that, I really don't, because it's like you can worry yourself from here to kingdom come. It's not going to change anything. So.
It's a normal human reaction.
Well, it is. I can remember, when they said there was a little mass on my kidney, so they, I let them, they loved me because they could, I only had one prior surgery, so they loved it because they could, cut me all over the place.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was funny because I was talking with friends and stuff, and I'm going for the surgery because they're saying, well, could be, what's the word? Benign or what's the?
Benign. Yeah. Or cancers.
Right. So I'm going for the surgery, and it's like a week before, and like people were saying, you're not even nervous, and it was like, I don't know how I wasn't. I don't know how I wasn't, but I wasn't, and that's what it's like, it wasn't going to change anything. I was benign, by the way, but that was that.
Well, cancer is a big word, It's a word you got to digest. And
I'm sure, yeah.
I just talked to a couple people. They went through all that. One guy had to have part of his kidney taken out. One
mine they shaved.
Yeah, it's just, cancer. You figured they'd have a cure for it by now, and they just might. You just may not have enough money to get it. You never know.
Right. Well, that's true. Unfortunately, anyone who's on Medicare, they know it's a bottomless pit. Do this test, do that test, do this test, do that test.
Money.
Right. And after the, from my kidney, from what it all started with blood in my urine, and I have kidney stones, which is a major cause of it. So from when they did it, it was over 3 years, and after the surgery, and it was even a year after the surgery. Do this, do that. I told him, I said, I said, this is like my second home. I said, it's 4 years. I said, you guys won't let go of me. And I remember telling him, I said, that's it, I'm done. I started crying. I couldn't come back and let's try this to make sure. But it is, because it's a bottomless pit. Oh, Medicare, come back. Anyway, we got 9 minutes left, and I didn't get to any of this administration's accomplishments yet. I think everyone should be aware of this because the midterms are coming up, and they want you to vote them in, and they want you to re-vote them in so they can keep their job, their high-paying job, even though, please remember what happened 2 years ago. They put you out of your job, they closed up shop, they closed your shop, they made you wear masks, they told you couldn't go anywhere unless you got jabbed. So remember that when you go to the polls this November. All right, so having said that, and please, I don't care if you have a D after your registration or an R after your registration, please vote pro-American. All right, so here's some accomplishments of this administration, just so I think everybody should be aware of them. First and foremost, did you know it costs $460 more this month? So September of 22, it costs $460 more in September of 2022 to buy the same things you could buy last September in 2021. Think about it. That's what? $115 more a week. And poor me. I'm on a fixed income. Poor me. All right, here's another thing you should know. The midterms are coming up. Keep these things in mind when you go vote. Because if you're really happy with them, keep these people in office so you can get screwed even more. Here's another one. Did you know heating oil, since this administration took office, heating oil is up? How much do you think heating oil is up in a year and a half?
40%.
70%. Are you ready? Natural gas is up how much in a year and a half?
At least 60.
All right. Hit the nail on the head. All right. Here's another accomplishment. Isn't this wonderful? I'm one of them. I fall into this category. 71% of workers are poorer since Biden took office. 71%. But yet, these well-programmed, no-brain people will tell you he's wonderful. And this is what really blew me away. How he connected these two is beyond me. But did you hear him the other day talking about Hurricane Ian? Are you ready? Did you hear what he said about it?
No.
Are you ready? A vital part of preparing for hurricane season, are you ready? Is to get vaccinated. Do you get vaccinated in what? The hurricane, or it's like Passover. Right? Here comes the hurricane. Ain't gonna touch me. I'm vaccinated. You could sit right on the beach. Here comes 125 mile an hour winds, but when it gets like 5 feet before you, it just stops dead in its tracks right there and goes around you and proceeds. Imagine. Prepare for hurricane season. Get vaccinated. There you go.
Before you go bear hunting, get vaccinated.
That's right.
Did you hear about that poor guy and his pit bull? He, in California, he was in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
He had a 90-pound pit bull that he had for 2 years.
Yeah.
And they run into a
Bigfoot?
350-pound black bear.
Ooh.
Well, the dog did a stupid thing, attacked the bear. So the bear opened his mouth, grabbed the dog by his whole head, picked him up so his head was inside the bear's mouth,
Yeah.
The guy that owned the dog, he said, I don't know what made me do this, but that was his friend. He'd had it 2 years. That was his dog.
Yes,
He
buddy.
goes up. He gets on top of the bear. So the bear couldn't get him. He had the dog like this and the head of the dog in his mouth. And
Yeah.
he beat the bear on the throat, just kept beating it on the throat until the bear got tired. He released the dog, went back into the woods. The guy picked the dog up and they saved it.
Wow.
But,
I like stories like
but
that.
if you look at the face of the dog, you can just imagine, oh my God, big, giant
Wow.
fang marks all over. But he lived, and then he got an hour-and-a-half lecture about his dog
Yeah.
attacking the bear. And the guy said, that's the first time he's ever come across a bear. And the police said, yeah, that's true. But the bear probably wouldn't attack the dog if the dog hadn't attacked him first. Usually a bear will bluff. They'll run, and the dog will usually take off. But when you attack it, it's a different story.
Right. Well, when I went to Alaska, we took this. It was a long thing. It was a hike and everything, but it was like a 6 or 8 hour. It was all day thing. We went on this boat and we went up this stream miles. So then when we're getting out of the boat, it's all in the woods and to see the animals and this and that. And what they told us though, if you see a bear, because there's bears there, and they said why they chase people. This is what they told us. I don't know if it's true or just to keep us calm, but they said if you see a bear, just start screaming, because they say a bear's eyesight is poor, and when you start running, it starts chasing you because it's curious and wants to know what you are.
Right.
And if you start screaming, I guess it knows all human.
Their
So-
sense of smell is one of the most prominent on animals. And there's a whole list of animals that their sense of smell is so powerful. They say a bear can smell a human 150 miles. I don't know, but that's what they said because of their senses and their hearing. Of course, their strength. They're known for their strength. But I've heard that their eyesight, it isn't poor, but it's poor compared to other animals.
Well,
But
that's
a bear can still smell you and still see
Right.
you. So
right, but I mean that's why they said it will chase you. People see bears and they start running, and
Make
it runs
noise.
after you. Make a
noise.
lot of They said start screaming and it won't chase you. So imagine, but I wouldn't want to be that dog. I'd be scared.
and on
Another
flat
one.
land, bears
Mama.
bears can run 35, 40 plus miles an hour on flat land. You're not going to outrun them.
No, I don't think so. I know.
Just have respect for them.
Wow,
You're
yeah.
on their turf. That's all.
We only have 2 minutes left.
Well,
Once we have to start packing up here, Anthony.
I
Tell them
guess
who
so.
you are once more. I didn't even notice.
well, it goes pretty quick.
Wow, it does. Machine gun rapid. Machine gun.
Really? Yeah.
So, right. So assault weapon fast. All right. So again, my wonderful guest, Anthony, Mr. Murals Williams, and of course I am David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. Get in contact with me, something you want to talk about. You have any questions about mediumship, tarot, crystal ball readings, let me know. You want a fantastic reading, get in touch with me. 2 things, please, always remember 2 things. First, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And second, and more important, you are a winner.